All right, I'm going to demonstrate a QL walk, quadratus lumborum, or basically butt walks here. And the whole deal is basically just to kind of loosen up the muscles deep in your core, around your low back, through your midsection, everything that supports the spine. Now keep in mind this is a lateral movement, so when you do this, you should sit this up as tall as you can, all right? Try to press your low back forward, keep yourself upright. If you need to slump a bit, that's all right. If you can't quite straighten your legs, you can bend your knees, but it's always good to pay attention to form to some degree, keep in mind. So I want to keep my legs as straight as I can, and I've got my feet about hips width distance apart right here, and I'm going to hold this upright. And basically, I'm just walking by moving my butt cheeks. So right goes forward, left forward, and I'm going to bring this all the way up to the front. And as you go side to side here, you're just lifting up a little bit and letting everything come forward. And you're just lifting up your pelvis, basically. So you're bringing the ischial tuberosity, the bottom of the pelvis, up off the floor. And that allows you to slide things forward. And then I'll pull back, do the same thing. Now try not to tip too much. You want like the tipping to come up from the pelvis, from your core. So you're shortening this to pull back. And you can repeat this as much as you like. You can do this for a short distance. You can do this for a long distance. But again, you're going to have a little bit of a sideways lean. But you want to tighten up the muscles in your core to actually lift your pelvis up and make it across the mat. And there's a bunch of ways to do this. Now you can always add to this butt walk by doing other things. So I'm going to use an elastic band here. This is a bicycle in a tube. I'm going to keep it overhead so I can keep more tension in my upper body. So arms are high, hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. I'm just going to pull out to the sides and keep my arms straight. You could do this with bent arms if you wanted to, but I want to stay upright. And then again, I'm just going to lift up enough that I can lift my butt up off the floor one cheek at a time. And I'm not leaning too far as I take this. I'm actually using my core to lift my pelvis, one side and then the other, and slide my feet forward and make it all the way to the front. And this actually does make it more difficult than if I was just to have my hands at my sides or reaching my arms in front. And I'm still trying to keep my torso upright. Now I'll take it backwards from here. And so I'm not relying on the sideways lean too much. I'm not really using the muscles of my core to lift my hip a little bit, or lift my butt a little bit up off the floor, and bring it forward, and then bring it back. This is actually kind of strenuous here. Okay, I'm almost all the way to the back of the mat. And there we go, using a band. All right, and another way to do this butt walk, if you want to make it harder, is to have some kind of extra weight. Now, I've got 2 dumbbells. This will be 10 pounds in each hand. You could hold a kettlebell in front. You could hold a bar over your shoulders. You could do heavier weight than this. You could put a backpack on. Anything, really, to increase the weight. So I'll just hold this up. And still, I'm going to try to sit this up tall. And just lift one cheek at a time. Slide things forward. And again, you're using the muscles deep in your core to lift one side of your pelvis up and then the other, and that helps you push your foot forward. This definitely gets a lot harder once you hold an extra weight. I'm going to bring it back the same way. All right, and that's basically that same butt walk, but just adding extra weight.